Alright guys, so today we have the Roku Streaming Stick Plus that we're going to be doing a review of. We're going to be setting it up for the first time. I'll let you know how that goes and do a proper review on it. So you may be asking yourself, what is the difference between this Roku streaming stick and other Roku sticks, or even the Roku 4 Ultra? Check out my last video of unboxing this thing, but I'm just going to quickly explain and say that the Roku Streaming Stick Plus, along with the Roku Premier or the Roku Ultra, are the only Roku sticks that will do 4K ultra high definition with high dynamic range. Along with that, it'll also give us Dolby Atmos surround sound utilizing height channels. So another new big change for this Roku Streaming Stick Plus is actually what they call this advanced wireless receiver. And this advanced wireless receiver is attempting to amplify our Wi-Fi signal. It's made particularly for rooms that are further away from the modem or router, or basically just to give us a faster streaming experience. So we're going to test this out as well. We'll try it multiple ways. We'll try it using the supplied AC power adapter, and we'll also just try going into a USB port on one of our devices and see if it can be powered like that. Let's take a look at this thing. So a couple of things first before we plug this in. I just want to let you guys know that if you're looking for the best surround sound experience or attempting to get Dolby Atmos in any way, you're going to want to plug the Roku stick directly into your surround sound receiver or amplifier that's capable of an HDMI connection, as opposed going in directly to the back of the television HDMI port. And the reason that is, guys, because going back into the television HDMI port might give you the best video quality. It'll give you that 4K Ultra HD with the high dynamic range. It certainly won't pass the Dolby Atmos surround sound audio through to the receiver through that audio return channel. And while that's very complicated and there's many aspects as to why an audio return channel won't accept or pass a Dolby Atmos signal through, the best way to connect any of these streaming sticks that have the best surround sound, which ultimately starts at Dolby Digital Plus and gets upmixed to Dolby Atmos, is to plug it into your surround sound receiver as opposed to the TV. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We could just go ahead and drop our tray down here on our Marantz and plug this guy right in here. Make sure if you're attempting to get the 4K Ultra HD with the high dynamic range out of any streaming device, though, guys, you're going to want to plug that into an HDMI port capable of what is known as HDCP 2.2 or High Definition Copy Protection 2.2, guys. Alright, just to test things out, guys, I went ahead and just plugged it right into my receiver without using the extra supplied USB adapter here. It's just a little female USB port on one side and then a male USB on the other. So right now we're not going to go ahead and use that. We're just going to test out and see if it'll operate on its own power supply through the receiver on the USB input here, which it looks like it is, like most other streaming sticks will do. Then we'll just go ahead and pop on my television, which, of course, using the audio return channel and the HDMI control, should turn on the receiver as well. All right, now we got the receiver starting up as well as the TV. We're going to make sure we're in the proper input, which is going to be aux 1 on this receiver for that input. We'll go to aux 1 here. We'll slide her on over. All right, we're in aux 1, and the first screen we're going to get from the Roku Streaming Stick Plus is to pair your remote up. First, of course, you're going to obviously want to put your AAA batteries. We're lucky to get Duracell from Roku here, so hopefully they should last a long time. We'll go ahead and pair this remote on up. All right, so immediately after plugging or putting the batteries in the remote, it already started to pair up on its own. So I had to do nothing other than put the batteries inside the remote. Okay, now that we've got the remote with power or batteries into it, it's going to look for our wireless network. So once we've put our Wi-Fi password in and all of that, it'll be a very quick session of just starting up the Wi-Fi to the Roku stick here, and it looks like it's going to restart it once updates have installed. And yeah, this is a very short process compared to the original Roku. The Roku Express also is a very short process, but for a streaming device that'll do 4K Ultra HD and high dynamic range, this is pretty seamless and simple. Pretty much just plug this thing in, put the remote, put the batteries inside the remote, get your devices turned on, your TV turned on, set it up, and you are good to go. So very, very simple, very quick and easy. And I'm obviously not even using the supplied power right now. The AC adapter is just obviously going right into my receiver for power. Very, very good screen quality, at least in the video so far. I will point out the fact that with the Roku One, the original Roku, even with this receiver and this television, I did get some video interference lines or discoloration in the screen. So look at that. So the TV already recognizes the fact that this is a Roku device. Well, it's just giving us this screen right now, I'm assuming because it is still restarting that Roku stick here. And once that guy restarts, it's going to auto-detect the display type. So it'll tell us that we've got 4K at 60 frames per second, 4K content with Ultra HD protection, the HD CP 2.2 we talked about, guys, and the high dynamic range at 30 frames per second. Let's go ahead and go to automatic here and see what it tells us. And yes, the screen does look great. Okay, so now that we've determined that we can put the Roku Streaming Stick Plus in 4K Ultra HD high dynamic range mode, it's going to ask us our TV power and volume can be controlled with your Roku remote, which, if you know anything about audio return channel, guys, adjusting the TV volume with either this remote, the TV remote, or any other remote will actually adjust the volume on your surround sound receiver as long as you have the audio return channel utilizing and HDMI control turned on. So everything looks pretty simple and easy, guys. It's going to play or emit some music here, and that's going to tell you if you've got the volume and remote properly configured. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and select yes, music is playing. Alright, so you can see our screen display is already in 4K. I've went ahead and changed the Roku with the proper configuration utilizing the code. Now we're going to go ahead and set things up one more time. So it is going to ask you to activate the device, and you're going to have to do that with a computer or a device that can get onto a web browser and link this up. Very simple process, and you can go ahead and add channels once you do this. And then automatically, without touching anything, once you do that on the computer, the Roku device will start updating its channels once you've activated it, and you can use your Roku. So I'm going to have to say, guys, all in total, the setup of the Roku device probably took me, I would say, 8 minutes tops. So right off the bat, guys, I'm going to start to say that it is very, very responsive and quick, extremely easy to hit the buttons on the remote and actually move and go through the items here. So it's very fast. I would say even faster than the Roku Express stick, which I utilize in the bedroom almost on a daily basis. Well, trying accessing something like Netflix is pretty quick. I just opened up the application here and immediately opens up.
Why is there a fair in the Berkshire area?
Good afternoon, officer. Fairy lives don't matter today.
So audio and video quality already look amazing, guys. Like I said before, it's very responsive. The buttons on the remote are even very, very taut and nice and firm. A little bit different than the other Roku remotes I've used in the past.
What were you told at the time of your father's death?
Alright, so Netflix looks great. I am a subscriber to the premium subscription of Netflix, so I do have the 4K Ultra HD movies and shows on here, as you can see. And we're going to go ahead and check out the 4K Ultra HD and high dynamic range quality as well.
Less than 5 minutes.
So already off the bat, guys, I will point out that Netflix is very, very quick and responsive. All of my content is in 4K now, and I moved the Roku to the proper resting point, or the final resting point in the back of the receiver now, so I can close that up. And I will have to point out this as well. We are getting a Dolby Atmos. While it's paused, it's going to say PCM 0, but when we are in play here, we're going to get Dolby Digital Plus, which will allow us Dolby Atmos. So looking at the time it takes me to say get out of an application and go back to the home screen was 1 second. I'm going to start up Amazon here and see how fast and integrated this is. Immediately, Netflix and Amazon are extremely fast, responsive, clear, crisp, in 4K, guys, with the high dynamic range. As you can see right here, we are still watching Amazon in 4K. So utilizing a device that will upconvert or upscale, you will get all content in a crisp, clear 4K Ultra HD with this Roku Streaming Stick Plus. So even using Roku's media player, we will get video with Dolby Digital or DTS.
Get to know your new Roku streaming player in about a minute. We'll show you how to use your remote, add channels, search for entertainment, and use the Roku mobile app. Let's start with your remote. Press home at any time to return to the home screen. Back always returns to the previous screen.
So checking something out like Google Play, it is very fast, very responsive, like I said, in every application. Great video quality and amazing audio quality. For the price, I think this has proven to be the best streaming device I have ever used. Granted, it is cheaper than the Roku Premier or the Roku Ultra at $100 nearly. This thing coming in at, I think, $70 max is proven to be, I think, 5 out of 5 stars I'm going to have to give it, guys. And that is one of the best things about it. So I definitely agree with the consensus of this being the highest or top-rated streaming player out there on the market, especially for 4K. And I'm going to give the Roku Streaming Stick Plus, guys, 5 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching. Don't forget